Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to videos in English. Okay, so we're going to continue to talk about Vivian and Hartley. Yeah, I hope you have understood. And then please you answer the question from part one about the story. Here are six questions that you need to answer. The first one is, what did the detective give Harley? What did he offer to do? What did Harley do when he got the address? What did Vivian look like? What did she look like? Why was Harley angry with her? Why do you think she didn't answer his letter? So you use your opinion about him, about her here, yeah. And then the next one, these questions you're gonna use for this part two. Okay, so let's read and let's listen the second questions. The second part, and please focus on the story and how does the speaker pronounce every single vocabulary. Okay, let's start it.
Part 2. The girl looked out the window dreamily.
Mr. Hartley,
She said slowly.
I don't know what to say to you. I understand all the advantages of your offer, and sometimes I feel sure that I could be happy with you. But then, sometimes I am less sure. I was born a city girl, and I am not sure that I would enjoy living a quiet life in the suburbs.
My dear girl,
Said Hartley.
you will have everything that you want. You can come to the city for the theater, for shopping, and to visit your friends as often as you want. You can trust me, can't you?
I can trust you completely.
She said, smiling at him.
I know you are the kindest of men, and that the girl who you get will be very lucky. I heard all about you when I was at the Montgomerys.
Ah,
Exclaimed Hartley.
I remember so well the evening I first saw you at the Montgomerys. I will never forget that dinner. Come on, Vivian. Promise me. I want you. Nobody else will ever give you such a happy home.
Vivian didn't answer. Suddenly, Hartley was suspicious.
Tell me, Vivian,
He asked.
is there someone else?
You shouldn't ask that, Mr. Hartley.
She said.
But I will tell you. There is one other person. But I haven't promised him anything.
Vivian,
Said Hartley masterfully.
you must be mine.
Vivian looked him in the eye.
Do you think for one moment
She said calmly.
that I could come to your home while Eloise is there?
Okay, so you have listened. Look at this question. Why wasn't Vivian sure about accepting Harley's offer? How did Harley try to pursue her to make her Vivian to trust him, yeah? So pursuit is to make someone trust you. Where did Harley and Vivian first meet? What did Harley think was the reason why Vivian didn't say yes to his offer? What do you think Harley wanted Vivian to do? What do you think? Who do you think Eloise is? So please you pronounce the name correctly, yeah, because you listen. Eloise, Hartley, Vivian. Okay, so the next part, you're just gonna listen, but you are not reading anymore. So you listen the part and answer these three questions, and listen to part one and listen and answer these questions. Okay, so let's listen to part three of the story.
Part 3.
Eloise will go.
Said Hartley angrily.
I haven't had one day without problems since I met her. You are right, Vivian. Eloise must go before I can take you home. But she will go. I have decided.
Then
Said Vivian.
my answer is yes. I will be yours.
She looked into his eyes and Hartley could hardly believe his luck.
Promise me.
He said,
I promise.
repeated Vivian softly. At the door, he turned and looked at her happily.
I will come for you tomorrow.
He said.
Tomorrow.
She repeated with a smile. An hour and 40 minutes later, Hartley stepped off the train when it stopped in the suburbs and walked to his house. As he walked towards the door, a woman ran to him. She had black hair and was wearing a long white dress. They kissed and walked into the house.
Okay, so the next question, what did Hartley say about Eloise? What did Vivian promise to do? And who do you think the lady in the white dress is? When Hartley arrived in his home, someone came to him. Who is that? So now there are three girls here, right? Vivian, Eloise, and the lady in a white dress. So you need to know about the story actually. What is it going here? Okay, now you're gonna understand if you have listened to part 4 of the story and answer the question. Who was the lady? Who was Vivian? And who was Eloise? If you don't understand, you can re-listen the audio, okay?
Part 4.
My mother is here,
The woman said.
but she's leaving in half an hour. She came to have dinner, but there's nothing to eat.
I have something to tell you.
Said Hartley. He whispered something in her ear. His wife screamed. Her mother came running into the hall. The woman screamed again, but it was a happy scream. The sound of a woman whose husband loved her.
Oh, Mother!
She cried.
What do you think? Vivian is coming to be our cook. She is the cook that was with the Montgomerys. She's going to be ours. And now, dear,
She told her husband.
you must go to the kitchen and tell Eloise to leave. She has been drunk again all day.
Okay, so you have listened to part 4 of the story and answered the question. Who was the lady? Who was the Vivian? Who was Eloise? Okay, so do you know the lady? The lady is, I'm gonna tell you, Eloise's wife. And you know who are they? Who was Vivian and who was Eloise? They're only a cook. A cook is someone who cook for you, yeah, in your home. So yeah, don't be sad. Don't think the story is about love before, okay? It isn't. This is only a story about a maid, a helper in your home. Okay? I hope you understand. So there's some vocabulary because he whispered, Vivian wanna be our cook again, and Eloise will be living. Okay, very good. Okay, so from the story, we use here adverbs of the adjectives. So when you describe something, yeah. So this is an adjective. This is an adverb of the following adjectives. Yeah, so we make it different. For example, angry, angrily. Yeah, lazy, lazily, quietly, sadly, seriously, slowly. So it's going to be, it's going to be adverb. Adverb is to describe about the situation of your activity. Okay, an adjective to describe about your feeling. For example, here, I'm sorry, but I don't like you. He say seriously? What do you think? Yeah. So we're gonna say something when you express someone's activity, someone's expression. So you're gonna add ly. Okay. Give me back all my letters. She said seriously. Okay, or she said angrily. I think I have an idea. She said quietly. Don't make a noise. Everyone is asleep. She said quietly. I don't feel like doing anything. He said lastly. This is a very important matter, she said slowly. Yeah, so that's how English make it. So you see the story here, they're gonna say dreamily, slowly, blah blah blah. Thank you for watching. I hope you can understand the story of It Must Be Mine.